OwBo Industries is constantly striving to address age-long issues of safety, simplicity and ease of use in the automotive, farming and recreational sectors. Our aim is to be innovative and creative in revolutionising products for use in the 21st century. We're now excited to introduce the OwBo Quick Release Battery Terminal, an innovative and revolutionary new product that rectifies age-long difficulties in the application and removal of the common battery terminal.
OwBo Industries is an international company that was founded to bring innovation and modern technology together to address age-long issues in the engineering, farming and automotive sectors.
25 years I've been undoing and doing up battery terminals. I've been waiting for something like this to come along for years. The safety of it and the quickness is unbelievable. You can run accessories off the battery lead. One flick with the insulated lever, it can't possibly short on anything, off it comes, car's safe.
The current battery terminals have been around for the past 100 years, and the design of this piece of equipment addresses all the issues that have been there over that time.
For changing batteries, for doing maintenance, even for the owner, if something goes wrong they could flick the lever and battery terminal off themselves. So this new invention is just sensational to our business. We just think it's quick, simple and safe.
From a safety point of view, it must lead the way, and we believe that in the past 100 years we haven't had anything like this. We believe that this will be very successful and accepted by the public because of its ease and simplicity.
The beauty with this new battery terminal is the fact that once the battery lead is connected onto the terminal, you don't actually need a spanner to lock it on. And when it locks on, it's simply by thumb pressure.
This has been designed in a way that will enable you to quickly see that the lever's forward and just raise the lever and it'll unlock and come off.
With this type of battery terminal with the insulated lever, there's no chance of throwing a spark when you undo it. It can't short out on earth, so therefore it's absolutely safe. Anyone can flick that lever and the car's insulated.
In the case of an electrical fire, where you need to get it off in a hurry, where there's any sort of tools involved, you can't do that. When you go to the workshop, you've got to grab a handful of spanners because you're not sure what size.
If there is a short in a vehicle, it will get hotter and hotter until it actually melts and catches fire to the insulation. You'll never get time to get a spanner to get a battery terminal off to stop a fire.
It needs to be something that can be just raise the lever, disconnect, apply back on and reconnect. Anything other than that in the year 2010 is not good enough.
If a car's been involved in an accident and you have to disconnect the battery, it's the same thing. You have to find tools or cut the battery terminals. Once the power's been cut, the doors don't open, the windows won't go down. So for a safety aspect, you could flick the lever, disconnect it, make sure everything is safe, flick it back on, battery on, doors open, windows down.
In the case of a low collision accident, they've had to cut the harness, rip the cable out. This way, you can disconnect the terminal safely without the use of tools and then reconnect the terminal if required to get the person out, to move the seats, to move the steering, to unlock the transmission, to move the car off the road. In industry and agriculture, you find there's numerous pieces of equipment and have a battery in each. They predominantly leave them in there, don't disconnect them because they have to carry tools, spanners, time's money. So therefore, with this device, they will be able to disconnect and use 2, 3 batteries where now they use 8 or 10, taken from plant to plant. The number of batteries that would be required on the farm or in the industry will be far less, so therefore the impact on the environment, having to manufacture the batteries, will be less. The impact to the farmer and the industry will be less because the cost will be much lower to replace those batteries.
I've been involved in the marine and industrial diesel engine business for now 36 plus years. We're always changing batteries, making terminals, repairing them for corrosion, etc, and there's nothing ever been done to a battery terminal in 36 years, other than maybe changing some material in them and things like that. Finally, somebody's come along with something completely new and made it so user-friendly and with all the safety aspects as well. It's a fantastic product.
The marine industries were having issues with having to carry tools, sparks. You only use the boat once or twice a year, 3 times a year. When you come to use it next time, the battery's flat. have to replace it. Tools required to do it this way. At the end of an outing with the boat or the marine vehicle, disconnect the battery, leave the leads off, the battery won't run flat.
With no spanners required, you can reduce and virtually eliminate the chances of sparking out the terminals with a spanner. So that's a great advantage, and especially on some of the vessels you see behind me, it's gasoline powered. It can virtually eliminate any sparking at all to make it completely safe changing batteries.
Have a fire on the boat, you've got big trouble. No spanners, no sparks, no fire. Very simple.
So the benefit for me as a mechanic, removing the battery terminals and no spanners required, it's quicker and safer. So for doing ABS brakes or removing any electrical components, the battery terminals have to be removed. So by not needing tools, there's less chance of bumping them onto an earth and creating a spark. So less chance of explosion or harm to employees.
In the situation of OEM, original parts equipment, on assembly, it's just fit the cable, lock it on, shipment of the vehicle, shipment of the product, lift the lever, disconnect. We've manufactured the terminals out of the highest grade of almost pure aluminium.
It's made out of material that's resistant to corrosion in our environment, unlike some of the other terminals.
Battery acid, water and rust will not corrode this terminal.
All of the levers have been tested under extreme cold and hot conditions. We were very mindful of producing the terminals for Canada, where it's very, very cold, and Australia, where it's very, very hot. And under testing for the past 3 years, we have had no problems at all.
The lever on these battery terminals can be frozen or heated up to the point of melting and they won't snap. I started working when I was 16, I'm 48. I haven't seen a different battery terminal in that time. You always need a spanner to undo them, always corrode. And once the battery's been leaking acid, they won't undo anyway. You've got to cut them off and grind them off. This is the simple, easy, it always lets go. As soon as you flip the lever, the terminal's loose, you lift it off with your hand.
This terminal is basically so simple in its operation and its application. Benefits are enormous, it's great. Nothing can corrode on it. Brilliant.
For more information or to find a supplier, visit our website at www.owboterminals.com.